Hi there, welcome to Wilcannia. Now today I'm heading in to Broken Hill, and from Broken Hill I'm going to head down to Mildura. Now to get me into Broken Hill there's a local bus service and it's just sitting over there, you can see it. And that's going to take me into Broken Hill. Then from Broken Hill I'm going to catch another bus. It's a New South Wales TrainLink bus which is going to take me down to Mildura. When we get to Broken Hill, we're going to have a quick look around Broken Hill and I'll stay the night there. Anyway, I better get over there. The driver said the bus leaves right on 8 o'clock, so I better get over there. So I was going to get on at that bus stop, and I just asked somebody, I asked the people in the Agara, in the service station there, can I get on there? They said, no, you've got to get on across the road. Well, it's goodbye Wilcannia. The next stop is Broken Hill. Now this trip, I'm on a local bus, and the fare using my senior's card is just $2.50 from Wilcannia into Broken Hill. Now it says it leaves Wilcannia at 8 o'clock, Monday to Friday, and it gets to Broken Hill at 10 o'clock. Now, Wilcannia is on Eastern Standard Time, and Broken Hill is on Central Standard Time. So I'm not sure if it takes 2 hours or an hour. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. But I'll let you know when we get there. Anyway, sit back and enjoy the trip. By the way, my name's Kerry and welcome to my YouTube channel, Public Transport and Card Hacks. Oh, it certainly wasn't a good start today for that poor guy left back at the bus stop. Oh. Now that bus stop back there where the gentleman was waving, he wanted us to stop. That was the New South Wales TrainLink bus stop. There's a service from New South Wales TrainLink that runs from Dubbo through to Broken Hill, and it stops there at that bus stop 9 o'clock every night. 7 days a week it runs. In fact, that was the bus I came in on. But if you're going to catch the local bus into Broken Hill, that's the one I'm on, that only stops at the bus stop on the other street. I think it's called Reid Street. And it doesn't stop at the New South Wales TrainLink bus stop. So if you're coming to Wilcannia and you come in by bus, just remember that the bus that takes you into Broken Hill, which I'm on, doesn't stop at the bus you arrive at. I don't know who invented this, but anyway, that's public transport for you. Now, the ticket I bought was a $2 fare, as I said before. The ticket I bought was a $2 seniors ticket, and it also allows you, it's a red ticket. So once I get to Broken Hill, I can use it to travel around the buses around Broken Hill. But there's only one problem. There's no bus service out to Silverton. The only way to get to Silverton is to either hire a car or go on a tour. Now, I went on a tour to Silverton some years ago, and it was quite good. Now they've had quite a bit of rain out here. You can see how green it is. Last time I come through here, it was just all red soil. I was watching the news the other day, and they said we're going to go back into we're going to have a El Nino or El Nino effect, and this is going to cause, I don't know whether they said if we're going into the next drought or we're going to have floods. But I'm not a weatherman and I'm not an expert on the weather, but I could pretty much guarantee that we'll have either drought or floods. We won't have normal weather. It'll just be drought or floods. In fact, there's a good chance we'll probably have floods up north and drought and bushfires down south. Oh well, this is Australia. Now, of course, if you do go travelling in Australia, just be aware of things like floods, the droughts, bushfires, and also take care that you don't get eaten by bit by a snake or crocodiles. There's crocodiles up north, and also stay out of the water. Don't go anywhere near the water because you might get taken by a shark. So probably the best thing to do to really be careful in Australia is just sit at home, or if you're staying in a hotel or motel, just stay in the hotel room and just sit there and watch TV. You'll be safe then. He's got his blinker on. It looks like we're going to pull over for a rest stop. This is just a local type suburban bus, so there's no toilets on board, so I think this is why he's pulling up. And there's the toilet over there. Well, it looks like it's been a roadhouse at some stage. I'm not sure if it's open over there. Little Tapa Roadhouse. I'm not sure if that's in business or not. Oh, this is nice. The old jail bar Ford pickup. Very nice. Now there's a restoration job for you. I better get back over to the bus. I hate to think you'd leave me stuck out here. Well, I think we're approaching civilization. Thanks very much. See you later, mate. Well, welcome to Broken Hill. Now, it's quite nice. The bus plonks us off right in the middle of town. And the time is 9:46. Now that's 9:46, so that's Central Western Time. Yeah, Central Western Time. Yeah, there's the time over there. Hopefully that's right. Now, Broken Hill's a pretty easy place to find your way around. Now, just behind me is where we come from, is where the bus stop is, and where the main clock tower is over the post office. And if you look around, just there is the Broken Hill railway station. And from what I can see, the Indian Pacific is sitting in the platform, so we'll just duck up and have a look. There's a booking office. And here's the Indian Pacific. Now, I was just speaking to someone who works on the train, and they said that the train sits here from until 12:30 when it departs, and all the people are off on tours, and they all have their chosen tours. So it's not until 12:30 it departs. Now, if you come to Broken Hill, because of the train service from Sydney or anywhere else, and you come by train or you come by bus, there's a good place to stay, which is the Comfort Inn. I've stayed there a couple of times and it's very good. I wanted to stay there this time, but it was booked out. Oh, and I picked another hotel. It's a bit further down the road, but that one, Comfort Inn's great because it's close to the station. Anyway, let's have a closer look at the Indian Pacific. Check out this old caravan. It's an earth cert. Beautiful. And just behind me, right up there on the top of the hill, there's a building. Well, that's the Broken Hill Miners Memorial up there. And they have a lookout overlooking Broken Hill, and they also have the Miners Memorial. So we'll take a walk up there. It's going to be a bit of a walk, but hopefully I'll make it. This is what we want, the line of Lode Reserve, 2 kilometres. Perth's that way and Sydney's that way. The sign says line of Lode 1 kilometre. Back there it says 2 kilometre. I've only walked about 100 metres and already knocked off 1k. But the Broken Earth Complex Miners Memorial. Yeah, we're getting closer, bit by bit. I don't think we've got far to go. Well, we're starting to get a nice view of Broken Hill anyway. It'll be fantastic when we get to the top. A classic piece of old mining architecture. Well, I hope they sell beer when I get to the top. Made it. Oh yeah, this looks like my sort of place. Those cakes look pretty good. I might finish off with that one down the bottom. That looks pretty good. Ooh, red velvet. Yeah, looks good too. Well, I think I might start with real food first before I get into the cakes. Well, I've got a nice seat near the window and a beer. Cheers. It's a Carlton Dry, but after walking up that hill, anything will do. I'm going to order a open chicken souvlaki. See how that goes. Now I haven't had anything to eat since yesterday when I was in Dubbo. I had a sandwich at Dubbo, an egg and lettuce sandwich at Dubbo, and I got through to Wilcannia, and of course everything was 9 o'clock and everything was closed there. I think everything closed about 7 there. And there was nothing to eat last night, and I didn't have anything for breakfast apart from a cup of coffee. And now I'm starving. Now, if you come to Broken Hill, you must come up here for lunch because the prices are reasonable, and what a fantastic view. Fantastic, that looks, just what I wanted. Delicious. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic lunch. I enjoyed every bit of it, but I don't think I'm going to have the cake and coffee. I don't think I could fit it in. And also, I think the cake that I wanted, the people from the tourist bus have eaten it all. But right now, I think I'll head out to the memorial. Now, if you like looking over Broken Hill, there's a fantastic little lounge here and a coffee table, so you can come up here and enjoy a cup of coffee and a cake and take in the beautiful views of Broken Hill. Better close the door, keep the kangaroos out. Now, when someone dies of a heart attack or they just die of old age or something like that, that's a part of life. We can live with that. But when someone dies on the job, you know, they're out there working really hard to try and feed and clothe their family, and they die on the job. It always brings a tear to my eye just thinking about it. For me, it's really hard to take. It's a bit windy up here. Now, mining here starts here in 1885. That was the start. And 885 people have died in the mine since then. 885. That's just incredible. Now, I got that information from a tourist guide here. And he also said that since they were mining, since galena is what they mine, and that's a mixture of zinc and lead and other minerals. So a lot of people, he reckons that about 200 people or more died of lead poisoning. So, like, it's just incredible the amount of people who have died. That's over 1,000 since mining started here. Here I am back in town again, and that was a great walk and it was a great lunch. Now what I'm going to do is head down here. My motel I'm staying at is just a couple of blocks down, so I'm going to head down there and take a bit of a break. I think I've done enough for the day, especially walking up that hill. Anyway, there's a lot in Broken Hill. I can't really touch on the whole lot. There is so much here to do and see. Like, there's a pro art gallery. You got to go out to Singleton. There's a mining museum. There's the Labour and Unionist Museum. That's really good. It gives you an idea how the miners lived and their families lived in the early days. That's very good and well worth the trip. Anyway, I'll head back and I might spend a couple of hours watching TV. Well, here we are, staying at the Daydream Motel. Let's see, room 4. Oh, okay. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's nice. It's even got a little table. Got the TV. What's the bathroom like? Oh yes, all clean. Oh, beautiful. Hi. It's just a little bit too far from town, but it's nice and clean. And it was $105. I booked on an Expedia. Now, if you want to stay here, I'll give you the link in the description. Well, that was a really nice hotel room. I had a really good night's sleep. In fact, I had about 9 hours sleep. 10 hours sleep. I think I went to bed about 8 o'clock and I woke up just before 5. Really nice bed. Anyway, we're heading down to Mildura today, and the bus I'm catching leaves here, Broken Hill, at 6:15. Now, this bus, unfortunately, doesn't leave from the railway station. It leaves from the Information Bureau. Now, why it doesn't leave from the railway station, I don't know. It doesn't even stop there. It's a New South Wales TrainLink bus, and it leaves at 6:15, and it runs just 2 days a week. Now, the new timetable is coming out on July the 1st. And I've heard they might run it a bit more often. We'll see what happens. Now, fortunately, I'm only 1 block from where the tourist information centre is. So it's only a 5-minute walk. But just to be sure, I come down here yesterday and found exactly where the bus leaves from. I didn't want the situation, like that situation in Wilcannia yesterday, where the bus driver just drove past a propensity passenger. Put a bit of a shock, gave me a bit of a shock, that is. And I don't want the same thing happening today with me. So yesterday I came down here, and a person who works at the Information Bureau actually took me out and showed me where the bus leaves from. So I'm 99% sure I'll catch it. Anyway, here's the Information Bureau, and the bus leaves from just around the back here. Now keep your fingers crossed when we're round this corner that the bus is sitting there waiting for us with Mildura written on it. I think we're in luck. Well, so far so good. It's just before 6 o'clock, and apart from me and the driver, there's only 2 other people on board. So it looks like it's going to be a good trip. That looks good. Oh, and the front seat's vacant. Guess who's got that? Well, we're ready to roll. The driver's just finishing a smoke, and I suppose we should get going in a few minutes. Well, we're on our way. Mildura, here we come. There's plenty of water in the Darling here. Tucker's Creek. Wentworth is where the Darling meets the Murray, and I've heard that there's a viewing platform somewhere in Wentworth where you can go out and view where the 2 major rivers join. So that'd be interesting to see. There's the Murray River. And also, welcome to Victoria. We have 27 kilometres to go till we get to Mildura. Okay, welcome to Mildura railway station. And welcome to Mildura. Well, that was a good trip. It was 4 hours, exactly 4 hours from Broken Hill down here till Mildura. And it was a nice trip. It was only in the last half an hour that the scenery changed. In that first 3.5 hours, there was just nothing but the Aussie Outback, and it was all green. Anyway, I've got a motel room just down the road here, just near the railway station. I think I'll see if I can take my stuff down, take my bag down, and then we'll go and have a look around town. Well, here's the railway station. Now they don't have trains here. Oh, they've got a nice customer service centre here, booking office and everything, but it's just for buses. The last train ran through here years ago, and since then it's been buses. But I've read that the locals want to try and get the train back again, which is fair enough. The train, this is a pretty large city. Look at that. It's beautiful. We've just got a bit of sunshine. Now there's the station just behind me, and I'm staying at the 7th Street Motel, which is just here. And it's only 10:30. Well, that was good. Checked out the motel, it's quite nice. And I dropped my bag off, and now I won't have to lug it around town. Okay, what are we going to do first? I think the first thing I might do is grab a cup of coffee. This grand hotel looks pretty fancy, might have a look at that. Very nice. It's certainly got buildings around here, certainly have a Californian style architecture to them. Very nice. Hi, do you have a coffee lounge?
No, the cafe is closed.
Oh, okay then. Okay, thanks very much. What's your rack rate here? Cheapest room.
Cheapest starts from 150. So
Oh.
it can vary according to the...
Okay, 150. That's a good. Oh, you're Choice Hotels too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. It's a very nice hotel. Love the architecture.
Thank you.
Very nice. 150. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Well, 150. That sounds pretty good. I thought it'd be about 200. I paid 100 for where I'm staying. But of course, this is a lot more grand. It's probably worth the other 50. Well worth the other 50. It's got a restaurant. Love these grapevines. The Spanish grill. That sounds pretty good. Paella. Well, with all the restaurants in this area of town, I can imagine this is party central at night time. Oh, the LangTree Cafe. That looks pretty good. We'll try and see what they've got over here. This looks like the place.
This is for your hair.
Oh, that looks fantastic. Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
There you are. No worries. Enjoy.
Thank you. I've got a baklava. Now, I'm starving. I could eat a big English breakfast if you gave me the chance, but I'm going to have lunch somewhere. And well, I didn't have any anything to eat last night. I had lunch yesterday at Broken Hill, and I had an apple last night, nothing for breakfast, so you can imagine how starving I am. But I'll stick with it, because when I'm travelling, I don't really get all that much. I don't really get hungry much. I want to eat, but it's not that serious. It seems to be I'm having so much fun and enjoying myself so much that I forget about eating, which is good because it gives me a chance to fast, and because I feel much better if I don't eat. Now I'll continue down here, and it's going to take us onto the main street of Mildura. Look at that building over there. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Californian style architecture. I don't know much about architecture, but from what I've seen in California, it looks very much like it. And look at that building there, that's really interesting. It's sort of like it's got a little bit of brutalist architecture in it. Now, I don't know anything about architecture. I know just a few things. But if you know anything about it, please let me know in the comments. And please put me right if I'm wrong. And then back ahead's where I live. It's a nice place to live, but it just hasn't got this sort of thing. Well, nicely laid out city, eh? This is just what I expected from Mildura. Beautiful. Now I've taken a walk down to the Mildura Tourist Information Centre. Well, you can't beat an information centre. I just went in there and they gave me just the information I needed, and stuff I should have read up on before I came here. But just organising the trip is enough. But anyway, this brochure they gave me tells of the Chaffey brothers, and they were from the United States, and they're in the United States, and they're working on irrigation systems, steam-driven irrigation systems. Anyway, one of the cabinet ministers in Australia was over in America, and he saw what they were doing, and he asked the Chaffey brothers to come to Australia and bring their ideas to Australia. So they brought it over here, and that was the start of it all. That was the start of Mildura. And one of the reasons I come to Victoria is to enjoy the winter. But here I am, it's probably the middle of winter. I just had to take my jumper off because it's so warm. Come on, Victoria, what are you doing? It's funny when I'm in Sydney and I tell someone I'm going to Victoria in the middle of winter, they always say something like, "Oh, couldn't go down there. Oh, it's too cold." And then if I go down to Victoria in the middle of summer and I'm telling them I'm from Sydney or up north, and they're back ahead, Kosovo, where I'm from, they say, "Oh, couldn't live up there in Sydney. It's too hot and humid." You go up to Brisbane and you tell them you're from Sydney, they say, "Oh, couldn't live down there. It's too cold." But the interesting thing is, it's really cold nowhere in Australia. I heard an expression once where someone said that there's no such thing as cold. Cold is just badly dressed. Something to think about. But cold is like New York in the winter, or Montreal, Toronto, or Moscow, or Helsinki, or St. Petersburg, Now that's cold. But Australia, no. Okay, we have a few warm places like Darwin and Broome, but nothing I'd really call cold. Okay then, let's find that restaurant. It's about 11:40. Ah yes, I bet you that's popular with kids in the summertime. There's the railway station down there. Now, as I said before, there's no passenger trains, but I was told there's still freight trains. And by the look of the shiny track, it's obvious there's still trains on the track. Oh, it'd be great to catch a train up here, all the way up here from Melbourne. To go, I'm heading after this video. I'm heading down to Melbourne, and I'm going to have to catch a coach from Mildura here down to Swan Hill. And then I'm going to have to change for a train taking me to Melbourne. All fares are half price at the moment. So with my seniors card, it's only $2.80 from Mildura to Melbourne. How do they get the prices so cheap? Anyway, now I'm probably going to spend $50 on lunch. Crazy, isn't it? Looks like what we're looking for. Right on the Murray. Oh, and look at the river. Oh, look at the tree trunks lying on the side of the banks. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, there's a great, look at that mural there. Oh, this is beautiful. Hey, that'd be a nice place to stay across there, wouldn't it? If you had a caravan right on the banks of the Murray. Oh, look at this restaurant. That looks nice. I might get myself a table right on the Murray. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Now, what do they have? Lunch and dinner? Yeah. Okay, there's a fair bit on the menu, but I've decided on grilled octopus and a beer. Now, I know I'm in Mildura and the wine country, and I should be having a glass of wine with lunch. But I've done so much walking, I'm just dying of thirst. I just need something thirst quenching. And the only thing that's going to be able to do that is a beer. Well, there's a bit of a breeze blowing along the river, which is quite nice, so I had to put my jumper back on. But anyway, when you're in Victoria, what else to drink but Carlton Draft? Cheers. Ah, delicious. Now, a few years ago, Chris and myself came down to Echuca, which is just a bit downriver from here, and we arrived in Echuca and we went on a paddle steamer and had lunch on it. They had a restaurant on board. It was a real steam-powered paddle steamer. You could go down, or you could go in, look down into the engine room, just like the old days. I remember looking down to the steam engines on the Manly ferries when I was a kid. It was just like that. And the smell of steam, the smell of the firebox burning, absolutely fantastic. And they served us a really nice meal as we chugged up the Murray. It was fantastic. You know, I'm thinking about, I might go back home and I might tell Chris we might do the same thing again. Of course, I'll video it this time. We might do it again, because you never know, we might end up in a drought and the river will dry up and we won't be able to go, won't be able to do it. Yeah, I really do hand it to those people who run those steam-powered river boats. Like, looking after a boat is enough work by itself. let alone looking after a steam engine and keeping a steam engine running. Imagine all the regulations there must be around it. Must be a nightmare. So I really hand it to those people who run those steam-powered ferries or steam-powered paddle boats up there in Echuca. They do an excellent job. Keep up the good work, because we're coming back. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Ah, yes, it's grilled octopus with potatoes and a little bit of salad. Very nice. Ah, look at that. Delicious. Ah, delicious. This is living the life, eh? Well, that was absolutely delicious. And you wouldn't believe it. Look at that. We've got a little bit of sunshine for the day. Perfect time to finish lunch. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to head back to the motel room and have a rest for the afternoon, I think. Now, I'm pretty lucky because the motel room is just through the park and across the road. So it's the perfect place to stay. You're right on the river and you're right across the road from the train and bus station. And then when we get back there, I'll give you a bit of a tour through the room to see what it's like. I only paid $100 for the night. So we'll have a look when we get back. Anyway, we'll see you when I get back there. Here's another little cafe. At the Powerhouse Place. Hey, how are you, eh? Hey?
It's food. Oh, the camera licks.
Yes. Now look what's over here. An old K-class Victorian steam locomotive. Well, here we are back at the motel. Just give us a couple of minutes and let me check in. I'll give you a tour of the room. Nice bed. Oh, yes. And bathroom. Hi. Oh, that looks alright. And swimming pool. Well, I'm going to say goodbye now because I've had a big day. Up at 5, trip down here, and then walk around town. I think I walked about 4 miles around town, and then lunch and a beer, and I'm ready for a lie down and maybe a bit of a sleep. Anyway, what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm starting a new video from Mildura here down to Melbourne. Anyway, I hope you'll join me for that video, and thanks very much for joining me with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.